This is Glenn Rice with Clearview Sewer Cams. We're located at 10313 Woodbridge Street, Los Angeles, California, 91602. Today is July 10th, 2025. We're performing a video sewer inspection through a 4-inch ABS mainline sewer cleanout located in the plant area on the left-hand side of the property, just next to the grass as you're approaching the pool, just outside of some French doors. And again, this is our 4-inch ABS clean out here. This goes towards our pool, and this goes towards our kitchen area and our dining area this way. And then we come into what appears to be possibly another dining room area, some French doors. And again, this is our 4-inch clean out. We don't know if this is an end of the line clean out, waistline clean out. It's the only clean out that we had found on the property. So what we're going to do is we're just going to zero out here. It could possibly be a waste clean out, and then we come out and we possibly can locate an additional clean out. So we're going to zero out here, and we're just going to drop down and begin our video waste and sewer line inspection. We're going to do some running some water from the kitchen, and you can see that water running. So we're just going to utilize that water to help us push out. And as well, I'm just going to pause the mic here, and we're just going to push out and attempt to figure this out. So again, we're just going to pause our mic here, and we'll push out. And then as we pull back, we could take a good look at everything as we pull back. So we're going to pause our mic here. It does appear that the line did appear to be hydrojetted. You can see the swirl marks on the black ABS plastic, so that's again is a good indication that the line was hydrojetted. And we're going to push out to about 100 feet, and then we're going to pause there, and we're going to locate that area. Just see if we can find an additional clean out. And as we push out, we'll pull back just a little bit. And we'll just continue to push out. We'll push out slowly. Again, we'll get to our next joint and just see if we can possibly identify an additional mainline sewer clean out. Okay, again, we're at 100 feet. We're going to pause here for a moment. We're going to locate this area. We're just going to see which direction we're running and where our camera is located. So we're going to pause here. Okay, again, we went ahead and attempted to locate this area, but it does appear that obviously the electrical is in the ground, so our locator is all over the place. And we did walk the full perimeter of the property. What we're going to do is we're just going to continue to push out and see if we could, again, possibly identify a mainline sewer cleanout. We do have a manhole cover in the driveway, so again, that could possibly be our mainline sewer, our city sewer tie-in. But again, we'll just have to continue to push out and see if we can identify this. We'll make a little bit of a turn. Again, we're just going to pause our mic here and again can attempt to push out. Okay, again, we went ahead and pushed out. We are pushed out approximately 163 feet 2 inches on the camera monitor. And what we're going to do is we're just going to pause for a moment and try to locate this area. So we'll pause here. Okay, again, we went ahead and able to locate this area in the driveway. We did locate 2 additional mainline sewer cleanouts in the driveway. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull back from here. We did shut our kitchen down, and all the water from the kitchen sink should be shut off, and there should be no more water passing through. Again, as we pull back, you can see that we do have some standing water. We did have some areas that we did appear to have a belly, possibly some bellies throughout the line. And again, we are in black ABS sewer pipe. So again, you can see some swirl marks there at the top of the black ABS sewer pipe. Again, that's a good indication that the line was hydrojetted. So it possibly hydrojetted to get out, remove some debris and some buildup, or just for some general maintenance. So again, we'll continue to pull back. Okay, again, we're going to continue to pull back, and we are in black ABS sewer pipe. I'm going to make a little bit of a turn. Again, you can see here in this area a little bit of a belly. You can see a belly in this area. We are holding some water. Again, then we continue to pull back. And as we're pulling back, we're just kind of parting through the water. So we're just going to pause for a moment. We'll see if we see any more water just passing through. And you can see that water is still passing through. The only thing that we have running in the house right now is a kitchen, but we shut everything off in the kitchen. So what we're going to do is we're going to pause for a moment. We're just going to double check everything's off in the house. And then at the rear of the property, in the rear left-hand corner of the property, we do have a hose that's running in the area drains. So we're just going to verify that if we shut the water down, that those area drains, make sure those area drains are not tied into the sewer. So we still have water passing through. So what we're going to do is we're going to pause here for a moment. Okay, again, as I mentioned, we went ahead and double checked that we have everything shut down in the house. So again, we're just going to continue to pull back. We still have a little bit of residual water still here running. The home inspector did have the powder room or the bathroom on the downstairs running. So possibly that could have been some residual water from the downstairs bathroom. And we shut our kitchen down. So we're just going to continue to pull back. And as we pull back, we still have the water running in the irrigation. And again, we're just trying to determine if they tied the irrigation into the sewer line. But right now, we don't see that heavy movement. We do have a little bit of belly, again, some bellies throughout this black ABS sewer pipe. So again, we're just going to continue to pull back. Once we get closer back towards our cleanout, we will shut the water down in the area drain, and we'll just see if that movement stops. Again, you can see some more swirl marks there at the top of the black ABS sewer pipe, and again, that is a good indication that the line had been hydrojetted. Again, as we make that turn, we drop down into another belly. Again, we'll continue to pull back. And we get heading back towards our clean out. Again, the black ABS sewer piping thus far appears to be in fair maintainable condition. Again, no visible signs of any root intrusions, any breaks, or any major offsets. I do have a few short bellies. It is a long line. So again, being that the run of this line, the sewer run on this sewer here is fairly long. We pushed out to approximately 170 feet on our camera monitor, and we were still within the driveway. So again, we're making another turn. This line would need to be maintained over time, just due to the overall length. If you have minimal movement, you're going to have debris that's going to build up and get hung up in areas throughout the black ABS sewer pipe. So again, we'll continue to pull back. Again, drop down into another belly. So these bellies here, we're going to hold debris, going to hold the buildup. These areas here, which would catch some of the debris and some of the buildup and create soft stoppages. So again, we'll continue to pull back, and again, this belly here does appear to be a fairly long belly, and this is as we're pulling back towards the house. And you can see as we pull back slowly, we're going to come up and out of that belly. The belly there was approximately a 20-foot belly, 25-foot belly. So again, that area there would catch the debris, hold toiletry, hold waste, and then over time that waste and toiletry will break down and eventually get washed out. So again, as we continue to pull back, heading back towards our clean out, what we're going to do is we're just going to pause for a moment. We're going to pull back or push forward just a little bit. You can see we're dropping down into another little belly. Right about here, and we're just going to pause for a moment. Okay, again, we do have the water running through the area drains. So again, with all the water shut down in the home, we don't see any more water movement. So again, and we didn't see any tie-ins as we pulled back. So it doesn't appear that the area drains are tied into the sewer. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And we're going to make a little bit of a turn. And we're going to come up and out of our clean out. And what we're going to do is we're going to pause here for a moment. We're going to relocate our camera to the driveway area. Okay, we went ahead and relocated ourselves to a 4-inch ABS mainline sewer clean out located in the driveway. Just as you're approaching the home, next to the manhole cover, on the left-hand side of the manhole cover in the driveway, there is a brass cover. Underneath the brass cover is a 4-inch ABS mainline sewer clean out. This is our 4-inch ABS mainline sewer clean out here. This is our brass cover and our cap. This is our manhole cover in the driveway, and this goes towards the house. And what we're going to do is we're just going to zero out our camera monitor here. And what we'll do is we'll just drop down and continue to push out. We did push past this point. We pushed down possibly halfway through the the driveway. And again, we're just going to attempt to push out and possibly push all the way out into our city sewer tie-in. So again, we'll continue to push out. And we'll just pause our mic here, and we'll just continue to push out as far as we can. And then once we possibly reach our city sewer tie-in, we can pull back and take a good look. So we're just going to pause our mic here. Again, as we continue to push out, again, just another large belly in that area holding debris and buildup. Again, we're going to make another turn. Okay, again, we're going to pause here for a moment. Okay, again, we went ahead and located an additional clean out in the driveway, just all the way up the front of the property next to the gate. And we're just going to go ahead and pull back from here and relocate ourselves. Again, we are holding water. We are holding debris. The camera is blacked out due to the debris. So again, we're just going to pull back slowly. And again, we'll relocate ourselves to the front of the property in the driveway next to the gate. Again, we do have another opening in that area. So again, you can see this area here is holding water and debris. A lot of debris in this area. Blacked out our camera with the debris. So we would possibly recommend having the line hydrojetted and flushed out. And possibly, due to the length of the line, we are already approximately over almost 300 feet long total so far. Due to the length, we would recommend possibly doing routine hydrojetting and maintenance on the black ABS sewer pipe, just to keep those bellies free and clear and not being able to hold water and catch, get all that debris and build up in the bellies out. So again, we'll just continue to pull back. You can see a lot of the sewer flies, and they're basically trapped in the pipe due to the bellies. And they're basically there because of all the debris and the buildup in the bellies. We'll continue to pull back. Now you can see here more bellies. Our camera just pushing through, pulling back through these bellies. Again, the sewer line does have quite a few bellies throughout the property. Again, you can see a lot more debris, a lot more buildup there as we pull back. And again, that's all just being hung up and caught by the belly. You can see holding all that debris. As we pull back the camera, you can see it kind of parting away, and all that is just debris and buildup being held up in this area. By pushing the camera through, it did help a little bit to pass some of the debris and some of the buildup through. But again, the line would need to be hydrojetted. Got multiple locations to run the camera or the jetter through, possibly 3 different cleanouts that can be ran in order to help clean up the line and get all the debris and buildup pushed out. So again, heading back towards our cleanout. And some more bellies in these areas. Again, the black ABS sewer pipe, no visible signs of any breaks or any major offsets, just quite a few bellies throughout the line. Again, we'll continue to pull back. Heading back towards our clean out. We'll make a little bit of a turn, and we're going to come up and out of our clean out. And what we're going to do is we're going to pause here for a moment and relocate our camera. Okay, we went ahead and relocated ourselves to a 4-inch ABS mainline sewer cleanout located in the driveway, just on the... Pause for a moment. Okay, again, we're just going to go ahead and... This is our 4-inch ABS mainline sewer cleanout here. The top of the opening does appear to be covered over with the brass cover. You can see that it wasn't able to open it, so they did cut a hole in the top of the cover in order to gain access. That hole was already there. We just undid the cover and that hole was there, so you can see that they opened it up prior to this inspection. So again, we're going to stick our camera, zero out our camera. This goes towards our front gate here. Sorry, this is our front gate, and this goes back towards our property. And so again, we're just going to zero out our camera monitor here at the edge of this clean out. And what we'll do is we'll go ahead and drop down, and what we'll do is we'll just attempt to push all the way out into our city sewer. You can see it's a long drop, and we're just going to push all the way out into our city sewer. So we're going to pause for a moment. And you can see some root intrusions there as we continue to push out. And as we're pushing out, we're transitioning to what appears to be vitreous clay sewer piping. Again, that does appear to be our property line to lateral transition. We're going to make a drop, and we'll pull back just a little bit. We run right into our city sewer. So we're going to pull back just a hair. You can see that is our city sewer tie-in. So we're going to pause here for a moment. Okay, again, as I mentioned, we went ahead and pushed all the way out into our city sewer. We're just at the bottom of a chimney, a little bit of a stack that we're dropping down into our city sewer. You can see that is our city sewer tie-in. So again, we're going to pull back slowly. We'll take a good look at our saddle as we pull back. And the saddle appears to be in fair condition. A little bit of residual water still running. We do have a home inspector in the house, and as well as these bellies throughout. So some water is going to continue to pass through here as you run water through the house. So again, we'll continue to pull back. We are in vitreous clay lateral sewer piping. And as we pull back, we transition back into black ABS sewer piping. A little bit of offset there, but nothing major. And again, that is our transition from property line to lateral transition there. So again, we'll continue to pull back. You can see some debris, some buildup, as well as a root intrusion in this joint. And make a little bit of a turn. And as we make a turn, we just drop down into a belly. So again, these areas are just holding water. Again, this line does have quite a few bellies throughout. And again, the line would need to be maintained over time, would need to be hydrojetted and maintained over time in order to keep these bellies free and clear of any debris, to help prevent any soft stoppages. So again, we'll continue to pull back, heading back towards our clean out. Again, we're going to make a little bit of a turn, and we're going to come up and out of our clean out. And that will conclude our video sewer inspection.